Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about some more NBA news, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. So for those of you who haven't heard, it looks like the Lakers are really interested in J.R. Smith and Kyle Korver, as I think they have 3 or 4 roster spots remaining, and both these players are going to be pretty hard to get because obviously both of them are actually contracted on a team right now. Obviously J.R. Smith still has his team option and the Cavaliers are still about to trade him, and pretty much the thing that's going on with J.R. Smith is he does have $15 million, but you can waive him and sign him on $3 million, which is his guarantee, which is pretty much what a lot of teams are trying to do, and there are many teams that are interested in JR. While Kyle Korver recently got traded to Memphis and then got traded to Phoenix, and is getting traded to a bunch of different teams, and pretty much other teams like the Lakers and the Sixers are all trying to buy out Kyle Korver, and it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. And I think what the Lakers will do is, I think they will try and buy out Kyle Korver, and yeah, so they'll get they'll get a buyout there, but the J.R. Smith situation is definitely a lot more complicated, as Lakers really don't have anything for Cavs to offer. They don't really have anything to really offer the Cavs, and I think that the Cavs are definitely going to be looking at a lot more different teams that have way better options than what Lakers potentially have. For example, Miami. I know Boston were interested at one stage. A couple other teams like Philadelphia might be interested. There's so many different teams that might want to have, a go at getting J.R. Smith. Who knows, even the Clippers, the Lakers' rivals, could potentially have a big chance at getting J.R. Smith. It's a really good trade because obviously I think every team knows that J.R. Smith is still worth quite a bit, because even though he did that, really bad thing in the 2018 finals that a lot of people haven't let him forget, and then he hasn't really played with Cleveland ever since that. He's played like a couple games on limited minutes, and then, we know the story from there. He parted ways with the Cavs. Everyone still knows that his shooting percentage is really good and can definitely come on the floor and help you out with a lot of shooting, whether that's 15 to 20 minutes per game, and that's what a lot of teams want him for. And there's a lot of teams out there that are contending right now that have really bad benches, like the Sixers bench obviously isn't that good, and there's a couple other teams here and there. Miami could also look to him because Miami really want to get a lot of depth and potentially give up a lot more cap, and then yes, there could be so many different situations that they could do. Obviously, Miami want to get Russell Westbrook to the team, and they definitely want to free up a lot of cap so they can get Russell Westbrook's big contract in when they potentially trade for him. A situation they could do for J.R. Smith is potentially get Cavs to give them JR. So JR goes to Miami, and Miami give the Cavs like James Johnson, Dion Waiters, and a first for taking on those contracts. Obviously, Dion Waiters is always injured, and they're having to pay him $11 million, while James Johnson is regressing a tiny bit, and I think, that $16 million he's definitely not worth. And obviously, if they can get Russ, that future first round for 2020 might only be like pick 20 or something like that. So it's probably worth it to get rid of all that cap, and then you can decline JR and pay him $3 million, and now you've just potentially gotten rid of about $24 million in cap, all for about pick 20. So that's a situation that could potentially happen, but the Lakers need to counter offer that. But I really don't know what they're going to do here. If Miami do complete that trade, the Lakers are going to have to go in and try and trade for J.R. Smith, which I don't know what they can potentially do for that. I think they've got a couple of second rounds, and if Miami are really up for it, they can get rid of JR as well. That's $3 million cap gone, and then you got James Johnson's $16 million, Dion Waiters $11 million, and that's about $30 million in cap gone if they can get rid of JR as well. But I do think JR is still a really good asset to have off the bench, so it's probably not going to come cheap. Who knows how much Lakers are going to have to give up. It could be 3 second rounds or potentially 2 second rounds, and I know that might not sound exactly that much to the Lakers because they're probably going to be, pick 59s here and there, but I think, any picks can help in trades, and I think, it could be a make or break move for the Lakers here. Doing this will pretty much give them no picks to work with at all, so getting J.R. Smith for a year or two, it could be a little bit risky, but they definitely think themselves as a championship contender, and if they want to beat the Clippers, they got to do everything they can. There's a couple other teams they got to compete with as well, and obviously Philadelphia, they are also looking at J.R. Smith, and Philadelphia are also looking at Kyle Korver, which we're going to move on now to Kyle Korver's situation. Yes, Kyle Korver can get a buyout, but there are many teams that are trying to do this, whether that's Milwaukee, Golden State, Lakers, I think Clippers might be in there as well, Philadelphia. There are so many teams that would love Kyle Korver to be on their team. I heard someone suggest the other day he could go back to Utah. Look, I don't think that is going to happen at all. I think it's going to be either Philadelphia or Lakers. I can't see him going to Golden State. I can't see him going to Clippers. Milwaukee's definitely a really interesting option. I think it could be possible that it could happen, but I do think that it'll either be out of Philly or Lakers, and it's just whatever team can, really get him. I don't know if Lakers can potentially get JR and Korver. I don't know if they have enough cap to do both of them. I think they can. I'm not too sure, but who really knows? Philadelphia desperately need Kyle Korver. They needed Kyle Korver last year when they could have traded for him, but they decided not to. There was a massive rumor going around when Kyle Korver was thrown on the trade block, and so was JR, that Markelle Fultz was going to be worked in a trade for Kyle Korver, and then a couple other players and maybe a pick, but Philadelphia ended up trading him later in the year for a trade that a lot of people consider to be a loss for both teams, because who knows if Markelle Fultz is going to be ever good. And then obviously I wouldn't say Philadelphia got exactly the best return when they could have probably got a better return from the Cavs for Korver. So yeah, I think Korver and the Sixers has been, a big conversation for about a year now, and I just think Philadelphia, they definitely can't miss out on this opportunity. But yeah, Lakers are both interested in both of these players. Whether they get them both, I don't really know. I don't even know if they can get them both. Potentially, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. Or yeah, because I do think that J.R. Smith still has quite a bit of value, and I think so does Cleveland and all the other teams shopping around for him. But I think because Miami in that situation to get Russell Westbrook, I think they're going to want to free up cap so that J.R. Smith's trade could be a potential one where they could be sending Cleveland a first and Dion Waiters and James Johnson, whether Cleveland decide to move on Dion Waiters and James Johnson. Who really knows? They still got a couple of free agents that they are yet to sign. I think they've gotten 3. So it's really interesting to see what happens. But even if he does get traded to Miami, I think Lakers will still make a play on the J.R. Smith situation. But anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for all the latest NBA content. Don't forget to comment in the comment section down below. What do you guys think is going to happen with J.R. Smith and Kyle Korver? I definitely would really like to know your thoughts and opinions down below. Who do you guys think they're going to sign with? I think it's going to be a really interesting one. Or what team do you think they're going to be at? Or do you think Cleveland aren't going to be able to move him? I definitely would really like to know your thoughts and opinions down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/vlog channel. Link in the description down below. I've got a couple of NBA 2K videos on my gaming channel, so it'd be awesome if you guys went and checked them out. So as I said, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.